This podcast contains graphic language. What's going on out there, the manosphere? What's going on, MegChow? What's going on, Incel? What's going on out there, Sigma? What's going on in the manosphere? You're right here, KDR, aka KDR Podcast. One of the hottest shit on the block because it's hot like butterscotch. So no further ado, I want to give you the warning label. Here we go. So let's do this intro for heaven's sake. I'm a little rusty out here. So here we go. Let's start with the intro. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'll be right back. Yeah! We are back, motherfuckers! We are back, man. Alright. Listen, gentlemen. I've been like busy like a beaver. I've been like doing all kinds of crazy shit, literally. Like, I'm just, I'm trying to do the best that I can do for myself. And you gentlemen doing the same thing, I hope, right? I hope. And I'm learning new stuff, right? I'm learning new stuff. True story. I'm a content creator, right? So I visualize things. And when I visualize things, I want to do things. And it takes me a long time to do things to accomplish my goal, you know? So I start out with these what I call it like extra money to do on the side and stuff like that. So I'll buy this used notebook from Apple. So I decided I want to make some shirts and stuff like that. You know, I want to make shirts. I want to do what they call e-commerce for extra money, right? And just bear with me because it's been a clusterfuck. It's been like a 4-day trying to learn a phone, iPhone. I can make anything, but when it comes down to a laptop and stuff like that, I have to learn how the program work and how to do this and how to do that and what kind of website, how go about it. And it's time consuming, but I'm doing this on my spare time besides my subcontract job that I do, but eventually, hopefully that everything is going to work out great. If it doesn't, well, at least I try, right? And that's the thing with us who are single men and we have a little bit of extra money that we can spare and do crazy shit, because we're not suffocating, we're not in debt and stuff like that. We can experience and do different things according to your lifestyle, according to your living. That's the way I see me, right? I can afford a used laptop for $200 and do whatever the fuck I want to do with it, right? and so on and so forth. But I accomplished my goal. It took me a little bit of time, believe it or not, to set up a website. Not really so much a website, but what they call it, this e-commerce shit. And I haven't distributed anything yet. It's still a work in progress, because I look at myself as a work in progress. So, but it's been very challenging and very, I don't even know how to phrase it, because the reason I decided to take this challenge, because I'm very, how I call this, computer retarded. There's no other word to describe it. When it comes down to laptops and stuff like that, I'm retarded. I'm fucking retarded, man. So since I got iPhones and shit like that, the best thing I can come up with my mind is just I notebook, old one, old refurbish and shit like that. I figured out, hey, $180. What worse can happen, right? At least I know how the system can operate. But then when you go on the internet, it's a whole different beast, and you got to have to follow these steps, and you got to do this and shit like that. When you have a phone, it's there. You can make things happen quickly, right? It's just one of those things that I'm just out here exploding and trying to make a little bit of dough, you know. But in my spare time, I did come out with these shirts and stuff like that. So in the future, I'm hoping to have t-shirts and stuff like that with designs, and they can distribute it in different um, stores or outlets and stuff like that through the internet. You know, I'm doing this shit for shits and giggles. Okay, if somebody buy a shirt for $15 with my design, pictures that I took in the city when I'm doing my own work, great. If it doesn't happen, well, guess what? Fuck it, it don't happen. But at least I try. You know, that's the whole thing with me. You know, so I'm learning as I go. I don't have a teacher who telling me this and that. I have to look everything up. Literally, I have to look everything up on the internet, watch YouTube videos, tutorials, and shit like that. Man, it's a fucking clusterfuck. What's going on after work, you know? But god damn it, shit, I'm there. I'm there. I am there. I connected. Um, one is a website called Printify to another website that is I forgot the name of the fucking website. I'm so fucking tired. Uh, Excuse me, just bear with me. From Printify to I got two websites connected, but I haven't put anything yet to Shopify, and another one that is called start with an E. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just having fun with it. I created some designs and stuff like that, and I haven't put it out there on the. I haven't published, and I haven't um, make it for sale, anything like that. I'm just still learning, and you have to realize that I'm doing this shit after my contract job, so it takes time. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy to create something new, especially if you. It wasn't easy for me to open up a channel on YouTube. I have to learn from scratch. It took time. It took development. It took understanding how this work, how that work, thumbnails. It goes a lot of this stuff. It goes a lot time consuming to make a video. It does. It really does. Now, podcast, I can sit here and talk shit. That's easy. I can do that shit all fucking day. But if you want to make content and this and monetize and shit like that, it takes time, man. It really does. It really does. But enough about me. I want to get here a little topic here and there, you know, and hopefully the gods of YouTube will not strike me with thunder and shit like that. And you know, I want to discuss different topic and issues and stuff like that. But if you seen that shirt, that's one of the shirts that I practice. It's called Cockland USA because it's the 4th of July. It's a hen with the American flag. But I should have rephrased it. I should have rephrased it. I say born on Cockland USA. So I want to fix that up, and I want to make this available out there in the store. And once I get everything connected together, I think that's going to be a cool picture with the hands of American flag born on Cockland USA. that's You see what I'm saying? That's my creativity comes up. There's so much shenanigans and bullshit going on out here in the United States, in the Western world, that I don't even know how to start about it. So let's start with the first bullshit that happened. It's utter bullshit. I don't know if you recollect last week, the submarine went out there under, right? And they got these billionaires, his son, and all these niggas out there exploring some shit. They ain't got no business exploring. So they decide to take a few minorities out there and the adventure and do all these deep diving, like a 2.5 miles to see the Titanic, right? Right, and then the Navy. You understand these military people? They understand. These motherfuckers, they got shit everywhere, even on the deep sea. If you're out there 2.5 miles and you buzz a fart, they got sonar radars, they got all kinds of shit. They can figure this thing out quickly. The military, they're not fucking around with this shit. They know what the fuck took place, right? And I was thinking about this shit, right? I was like, what the fuck? What the hell's going on here, right? How these not? And then it's math, right? So the vessel only got like 48 hours of oxygen, right? I was like, okay, so I heard the news on Wednesday. Last week. I'm like, by Wednesday, I figured this shit out. These motherfuckers are dead. They are dead. Nobody can tell me shit. They are dead. Thursday, and then on Friday, the Navy officer came about. He's like, we know all about this shit happened because we heard explosion out there by the Titanic with a sonar radar and shit like that. And yes, they gone. And peace with the company. Peace, rest in peace, everybody who died in this journey, on this adventure, going out there looking for shit they don't have to look shit for out there, trying to see what a Titanic looked like. If I want to see what the Titanic looked like, listen, they got videos out there, and they got these non-men cameras. They can go deep diving and shit like that, and you can be out here on the surface with a little laptop and computer and check this shit out. You don't have to go out there and explore shit. You don't have to go out there and dig deep in the water, 2.5 miles long and stuff like that, and fucking around in darkness with all kinds of creatures and shit and cold temperature and stuff like that. When the shit came out, man, I was like, these motherfuckers are dead. Period. Dead. Gone with the wind. Gone with the wind. And then they lied. They knew on Sunday they were gone. And then on Thursday, we knew about it. It was some bullshit. Or Friday, whatever the thing is. All right. Cool. Now, in New York, for heaven's sake, I lived in New York City. I lived in New York City, in Brooklyn, New York, for like 9 to 10 months. I fucking hated it. I hated it. I lived with my uncle out there. I was only, 18, 19 years old. You know, when you're young, you explore shit. You want to explore shit. You want to leave the nest. Well, my generation. Not these fucking cocks out there. They living on their mom basement and shit like that. My generation, you either have a few choices out here. You go to work, you go to school, or you enjoy the military. And I didn't want to do neither. I just want to go and do shit for my own, right? So now in New York City, of all places, they want to shut down the pit with the wood, the oven wood pit, because it's not environmentally safe to have a wood oven baking pizza. Now, I live in the West Coast, and there's a lot of places on the West Coast that try to mimic I went from California and shit like that, right? They're trying to mimic New York City pizza. They cannot do it. New York City pizza is the best pizza in fucking United States. Bottom line. You want to eat a good piece of pie? Go to New York City. Go to Brooklyn. Go to Yonkers. Go to Queens. Go to Manhattan. Go anywhere. You're going to eat a fucking good slice of pie. So now, they want to shut that shit down. Why? It's bad enough that this local business got shut down due to the virus. Now it's something in the environment and shit like that. They got to shut down these oven and stuff like that. It is local business and the local consumers do not stand up for this tyranny, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. There's a lot of shenanigans going on. A lot of fucking shenanigans. You know? It's insanity. These Marxists, leftists, they have taken over. Any rational thinking person, all you have to do is look at your president. Look how old this dude is. Look how he cannot contain himself. He's falling apart. He can do shit. That's United States, Joe Biden. We can do shit. It's a sad state on the state of United States. It's sad. We got a president who's senile, who's crazy, who's nuts. Nuts and old. Falling, mumbling, doing shit. You know, when I look at all this stuff, I say to myself, you know, like 5, 8 years ago, there's no fucking way these people get away with this shit. But they are getting away with it. They are. What about these other countries? When they look at this president, he's like old and shit. He's senile. He's crazy. He belongs out there on the nursery out there. Because the president is just a president, you know. He's a puppet. But he's supposed to represent the people. So when the president represents the people and he's out there and being like nuts and shit, literally shitting himself and stuff like that, and he talking about he's not going to campaign. Of course he can't campaign. He's old. What the fuck? He can't campaign. This nigga's like 89 something years old, man. He's not going to campaign. Are you kidding me? Campaign? He going to, be on a plane, going to city, state to state. And no, he's not going to do this. He's too fucking old, man. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Now, just bear with me. Because there's a lot of stuff in my mind, though. So when I put this mic out here, I'm just having a self-therapy. Whoever listens to it can listen to it. If they're not, fuck off. Now, all these skanks are out of control. They out of control. These skanks are out of control. And the so-called, it's so fucking amazing, man. Dude, I see this shit on the daily. Especially in the summertime. You have so many soft men out there with these skanks. And these skanks out there, it baffles my mind. It really does baffle my mind. You got this couple on the 20s, 30s, and shit like that. Even they have kids together. It's summertime. And you have these skanks with this revealing clothing. Especially out in the Pacific Northwest. And all these skanks, they got leg tattoos and shit, right? Leg tattoos here, leg tattoos. Their tattoos don't make any fucking sense. They got leg tattoos and shit and stuff like that. And they're wearing like really, really, really skimpy clothes and stuff like that. And they're walking next to their men. Their booty cheeks are hanging out and stuff. And I'm thinking, what a strong pimp hand in this bitch. Where is the man and this bitch to control this fucking horse? And I say the word horse because they're acting like whores. Or they dressing like whores. There's no strong pimp hand in these bitches. This bitch is running wild. But that's not new to us. It's not. It's not new to us. It's not new to us with the MGTOW philosophy. Even before I was a MGTOW, whatever, right? Whatever. If I was a significant other, like my kid's mom and shit like that, I'll be like, yo, bitch, you can wear that shit with me. You can wear that shit by yourself, but not with me. Now these fucking cucks, they walking around there and the chicks wearing some revealing clothing and stuff like that. And they have their babies and shit. Her ass is shaking and stuff like that with her booty short. Chicks hanging out and stuff. And these men are soft. They weak. They weak. Especially out here in the Pacific Northwest. Which I have to deal with a lot of Caucasian men out there. And women and stuff like that. And I know they're cohabitating. Maybe they're not married, but they're cohabitating. And let them, these women out there being looking like sluts and shit. I'll be fucking damn. I'll be fucking damn if I be in a relationship and I'm gonna have a chick next to me looking like a slut. Like a streetwalker. Hey, you know what I do? I look at her ass, I look at her face, her tits, and I look at him. That's what I do because I conduct business in different retail stores and stuff like that. That's what I do. I'm a subcontractor. So I have to deal with these people on a daily. And I stare at them like, what the fuck? I'm a man. I am a fucking man. If a bitch got her ass hanging out, I'm going to look at her ass. I'm going to look at her pussy. I'm going to look at her fucking tits. I'm going to look at everything. And then I'm going to look at him and shit like that. What the fuck you going to do? A goddamn thing. Now, true story. I do conduct my own business, literally, on retail stores and supermarket and stuff like that. That's what I do. I'm a subcontractor. Either I go shopping or either take pictures of this product and this and stuff like that. I do all kinds of shit on the retail and supermarket stores, you know, and it pays me pretty good. So I go to this retail store and stuff like that. It's not new. It's not a new phenomenon. But you have these chicks on the 20s and stuff like that. It's cool. When you're young, you know, you dumb, you know. You dumb, you cool, you trendy, you fashionable, you whatever, stuff like that, right? And I go in this retail store and I ask, do you have these product? Because I got to look for it and stuff like that. And they have this device. It's sort of like a cell phone, and they have to look at this device and punch the number, see if it's available or not available, or if they have it on the back room or whatever the fuck shit like that. For the last 2 years, well, you had these retail chicks out there with this fucking dagger, the long fingernails and shit, right? Trying to punch some fucking numbers, right? And I find this very hilarious. And these chicks, I make joke with them because they young. I'm not interested on them. I just want them to perform a job that I'm trying to do, right? So this particular chick, she got these 5-inch nails pressed on and stuff like that, and pushing the device with the with the fingerprints and shit like that. So I ask her, because young people, they got a sense of humor, right? It's not like old folks. Old folks, everything's offensive and shit. When they young people, you can make jokes and they get it, right? And I was like, I asked her for this item. She look it up? And she got these fucking daggers. I call them daggers. I call them the Freddy Krueger nails and shit. And she's out there going boop 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 boop. And my first reaction, besides the nails and the eyelets and the nails and everything is like very long and shit like that. They masquerade themselves how they want to masquerade themselves. It's not my fucking problem, right? And she looked for the item and stuff like that. It's like, oh, it's not available. And then it just dawned on me, and I just asked her a question, because I'm trying to be funny, right? Or at least have her to at least understand it. My first reaction is, how the hell she wipe her ass with those long fingernails? Okay, that's my first. But it's been my reaction for the last 2 years. How these bitches, they wipe their ass with those long fucking Freddy Kruegers and shit, right? That's my first reaction. That is, but chicks, they can do all kinds of shit. Chicks are complicated, men are more simple. But anyways, so I asked her, and I call her ma'am because it's an adult. Even though she's young and early 20s, but she's an adult. Like, ma'am, can I ask you a question? She's like, yeah. Yeah. Do you have a boyfriend? She's like, yes, I have a boyfriend. Did your boyfriend let you touch his balls with those daggers you got there? She started laughing. Like, what are you asking me that? I will not let you touch my balls with those daggers because I'm afraid that you can give me a vasectomy. You touch my balls with those Krugers out there, I'm going to get a vasectomy automatically. She started laughing, and she called me stupid. You're so stupid, blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking, hey, it's true, man. Those things are so sharp and shit like that, I will not let a chick with some fucking Freddy Kruegers caress my balls. Literally. You especially if you're in your 20s, right? You chick got some Freddy Kruegers out there and trying to touch your balls with a fucking long fucking daggers and shit. You won't have no children, for heaven's sake. They will cut you open and they tied up the knot and stuff in one setting. Unbelievable. It's crazy. It's crazy. Those long nails are dangerous for men. By the way, any man should avoid chicks who got long nails, like daggers and Freddy Krueger's, like the plague. Do not trust those chicks. Those are high maintenance chicks. Next thing you'll know, you're gonna be paying for nails and shit and vasectomy for free. You will pay everything, and your vasectomy is gonna be for free. I'm not kidding. I'm not fucking kidding. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how these kink have have gotten out of control. I see all kinds of shit, man. I see all kinds of shit living in this fucking city. Now you got these fucking grandma boomers, and I don't know who put this into these grandma boomers. Literally, grandma boomers out here in my state, in my city, dressing up like young chicks with purple hair and green hair, and having those mile long eyelets and shit, and the Freddy Cougars too. You know, maybe the granddaughter or something say, "Grandma, you look good," and shit like that, and all shit is faded and stuff. She's gray hair and all kinds of shit. They look like fucking crazy clowns. It's insanity. It's insanity, gentlemen. All I do is an observation. God damn it. Oh. It's so fucking crazy. It is fucking crazy nowadays, man. I guess people like to live in some kind of fantasy or some kind of. I don't even know how to explain it. I really don't, because sometimes I'm a man who trying to make common sense. That's it. Common sense. In United States of America, the common sense have gone out the window. There's no more common sense. There's no more rational thinking. It's about emotion. Emotional, not hurt your feeling. Don't go do this. Don't go do that. Don't go walk here. It's a fucking feeling, feel good shit. Well, at least I have to say, in my state. Maybe other states, they got different things. But out here, my friends, you come to the West Coast, you go out there in the East Coast, it's all fucking a shit show, man. It is. People selling shit like crazy. People selling shit like crazy. From the supermarket to the retail store. I seen this every fucking day. Thief. Every day. It got so crazy. Because I can understand a drug addict. I understand a drug addict. They hooked up on drug. And they got to feed their habit. And they go out there, hustle, and steal shit. I seen white chicks dressing well, having a nice car, and you're stealing shit on a car like it's nothing. You're taking shit because they want to take shit. Because they don't want to buy it. Not hooked up on drug and anything like that. You know? It's insanity. I guess they figured out, hey, since they're not going to punish unless you steal $1,000, why should I go out there and buy shit on my credit card where I can go to these different establishments, retail store, and I'm a white chick and they're not gonna say shit when the shit is beeping and stuff like that. And they're walking fast and stuff like that, like nothing has happened. And you see the security, hey, 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 and they just walking around, boop, 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 boop. You know, I seen that shit every day. Every fucking day, man. Now I'm about to get into another subject here because obviously things has getting out of control. Have you guys read the article about the FDA approved these chicken, synthetic chicken on the lab? Now they're gonna have a few restaurants, of course, in California, serving these synthetic chicken and stuff like. Good luck for you meat eaters. I left that field years ago. 5 years ago, I left that shit. Now you're gonna have chicken on the lab. I'll be right back, gentlemen. Well, this shit went crazy because the audio went crazy because due to the fact that the speaker just died or something happened with the speaker. What the hell happened with the speaker, for heaven's sake? Well, this is Kendall Rick and Shit Show, so that's what it is. Let me see. There we go. My apologies, gentlemen. My apologies. All right. Settle down here, boys. Let's settle down. 37 minutes on the podcast. I did not mean to put it this long, but I appreciate you being here, being part of the program or the show or the podcast or whatever we running out here. Write comments, do whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't give a fuck. You know, that's how the thing. I'm a little rusty when it comes down to the podcast, but it's cool, man. I'm doing my own thing, and that's the thing with us. We do our own thing. We don't give a shit. You know, the philosophy's still here. People still talking about us, and we still doing our own thing. We still got the disposable money, and we can do creative shit how we feel. You know? If you're a true MGTOW, you got your shit in order. You got your joint, you got your bank account, you got your investment, and you got whatever the fuck you got. You can roll, create, do this, make money, you know, not make money or not, you know, whatever you want to do. If you want to sit back and stuff and, you know, you're a free agent. We going our own way, baby. And that's the only way I can see this shit. Because everything is being polluted. Well, gentlemen, I'm about to smoke some weed and call it a night. And like I say, peace. Stay MGTOW. I'll definitely catch you next podcast, live stream, or video. And I'm about to make some videos very soon here, and I'm gonna, you know, I usually call it quit after after the outro, but I'm gonna make some shirts, design shirts and stuff like that, some MGTOW shirts and stuff, and different shirts and and stuff on my store, on the online store. So beware of that, you know. Just beware of that, because I'm coming. I'm coming out there. I'm coming out there worldwide, baby. Because MGTOW we worldwide. All right, peace. I'm out.